we'll give them a few more moments, but if not, then we'll just. I mean, there's not worth waiting here on a waiting screen as these guys are kind of measuring each other out to see who wants to start up first. So hopefully we'll get these guys going forward. As I said, I wanted to cast some games outside of Div 1 to give some players some because that was the thing. Back when you were younger in the TF2 scene, like it was like the greatest thing to be cast. Like I just was like, I remember like being like XTV and like posting on my Facebook. Like that's how like Facebook has like the year, like the things that you did like a year ago, right? And like I was like so dorky back in the day. Like, oh my god, you guys got to check out my cast. It's by XTV. Oh, check out this article. They put my name in it. I'm so cool. But
I remember the first time I was casted. It was when I was it was season 6 of UGC, I think. So a long time ago, and I was playing in Steel, and there was a girl called Kip who used to do solo casts on her YouTube channel. And Kip TV, and she used to do casts of lower div games, and people would send them in, and someone sent in our game and said that this was being casted because we were the top 2 teams in Steel. I think we were both 7-0, so it was who's going to win the division. And so I got casted. I was like, wow! And then I don't think I got casted. I think I got casted by High GPS because he used to do solo casts as well on his channel. And that was when I was in Silver, and then obviously there's a bit of a gap then after that because it's only really the top team, so it's nice to see some of the teams and give it a little bit of exposure. I don't actually recognize any names on either of these 2 teams, so these are nobody on my friends list, so it's going to be completely new. I have no idea of who's good at what class, but it does look like the defending team is running both an NG and a heavy, Sigafu, and a pyro, and that's their choice of a lineup.
That is their choice of a lineup. They're going just like all for it. I can give you a quick. So this is Div 5. So this is roughly like Silver players, open players. Like that's kind of like where this is. Maybe like a little bit of like low mid or something like in there. So that is what's going on. But yeah, currently on offense is both teams are running spies, which we haven't seen a lot of in the Div 1. But we're going to see how effective spy can be here. Inside of this game, I'm kind of surprised too to see that a spy is like a big thing that a spy is the big earner is running. That has been like very, very common because to be able to get like that 2 quick stabs, because with the normal knife, like someone's going to turn around by the time you go for the next one. So it looks like both spies are on their normal knives, getting themselves into position. Heavy out on offense, which again is a little bit strange, but and no scout. So yeah, maybe I guess just Heavy's going to push the cart, which can be very effective, but no scout's kind of odd as well.
First pick, Spy taking down the Pyro. So now the Spy has been announced. They know that Magister is a Spy. They're probably going to be checking for him now. They do have they don't have a Pyro to Spy check anymore. There's some aggression here. Montez takes down Realm Lord. That's the Heavy. So no Heavy in the game right now. You can see how aggressive they are. The sentry is has been destroyed. It's been taken out. More backstabs coming in as Chinese Dandelion, the medic for the attacking team here, got backstabbed. So now they know that there's a spy, and the Uber is used by the defensive team just to try and clean up some of the players walking forward. And we're back to square one. Pretty much equal Ubers now, but a big drop there coming out early on.
Yeah, definitely worked against them. The spy, you can see, is directly above the cart, getting into position. For actually both teams are getting behind the enemy team to see what they want to do. No, there is a level 3 sentry gun up that's slowly being taken down by the Heavy from long ranges as Sapper is going onto the teleporter, but a lot of forward players for the blue, they just need to get on the cart and start working their way forward. Nice headshot coming out there from whatever that thing is onto Realm Lord. And actually here comes the spy onto the cart going for the backstab, but he whiffs. Oh, will he be able to get it? No, he opts to try to run away, but without the spysicle he's not going to be able to do it. And then Dirty Dan getting taken down as well. That's pretty much a wipe. Silverwolf will be able to get out alive though, it seems.
Yeah, Magister's been doing a great job on the spy. Coming in from behind, he got 2 kills there, 2 backstabs. There's only 2 players alive for the defense team. One of them is Realm Lord the Heavy. He's the furthest one forward. He's got to be careful. He won't get caught out here. Magister's, again, getting in behind, trying to make some space. See if he can get any picks. He's probably going to go for Mate, who is the spy. It doesn't matter, actually. He gets counter-sniped by his opposition number. So it's going to be really difficult for Backfire to hold onto the second point. Uber advantage for Chinese Dandelion. It's going to come in through the window. Silverwolf isn't too far behind though. The spy has been caught out. The Uber is used. Heavy's going to get taken down. Demo should be taken down as well. He's trying to get away. Actually will escape with his medic. So there is going to be an Uber for the defending team on the 3rd point. Rest of his team are trying to fight on second, but they don't have heals. And but actually, the Pyro is running Dragon's Fury. He comes in behind. Chinese Dandelion is so weak, but he does survive. He's far away from his team. Has to be careful he doesn't get caught off here. I don't think they know that he's behind.
I don't think they know either, and I don't know what he's going to do. At this point, he just needs to either die or get... Oh, what? Toxie with a nice little 2k there. 1 pipe, 2 kills. Ultimately gets straight up by Dirty Dan. And actually, the medic's going to reconnect back up with the Pyro. And somehow, after being completely behind enemy lines, Chinese Dandelion, he's able to get back up. And now the Scout's actually going for a flank play on him. Not able to land. He's actually able to dodge. Gets one saw onto him. The Pyro's coming in to help himself out and blows him off the edge. Gets the cliff kill. Beautiful job there. The card's starting to roll backwards, but with the 2-man advantage as well. They might be able to start pushing this, though, down about 20%. The Spy's going to get himself in a position. Maybe we'll be able to see Magistr be able to get a stab. He's going to get down the Sniper, and that's going to open up. That's what we were talking about earlier, is those Spy countering the Sniper plays, and that you just see them all walk forward as soon as that Sniper went down.
Yeah, it gives you the space. The defensive Uber comes in here. They flash so many players, though. It's going to shorten the length of the Uber. Dirty Dan goes for Montez, but he's not going to win that soldier fight, and so many people dying here. Magister with a 3k takes down a few players there, really opening things up for his team. Finally, the second cap goes down. 3:35 is quite long, actually, for the first 2 points. Longer than I thought it would be. But they have got enough picks and Uber advantage as well for this third point. They need to start making a move. We do see an NG mate now switching off the Sniper and putting himself onto Engineer. Magister's going to go for the sap. Just keep the Engineer busy and cloaking in behind. And they're just not coping with this Spy right now. We're seeing the effectiveness of them coming in, but actually players are dropping. Ritz is too far forward here. He might get caught out by Random, but no, he's going to take him down. And it's getting a little bit messy for the defending team. You have to be careful. They're bleeding players, and they may just give up this point for free in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the thing there, the soldier a little bit out of position. He kind of left himself exposed. He could have played in the upper area, but the cart just was able to walk up for free. The red team, they just kept walking players forward, and you can't do that on defense. You know, your life is so valuable, especially when you only have 7 of them. As the Uber charge is coming in here, the engineer should go down finally as well with the gun. The carts continue to walk up ×2 onto it, as the soldier is actually running the pain train to help speed that up. Nice headshot, though, out of Random, taking down Chinese Dandelion. That might be enough for them to recontest this, but they need to go capture the cart, though. Magister takes down the enemy Sniper. Pyro with the Dragon's Fury is coming in here, but it won't be enough. A little bit more focus. I mean, really, I think there's a little bit of a misplay out of the Pyro as he ran around the cart rather than onto it to, be able to block his body. And another backstab once again coming out here as Magister is just cleaning up today on Spy.
He is, and he's probably going to make a play onto the medic sometime soon because Silverwolf has 100%. Chinese Dandelion is behind. We're seeing a horn being blown. I have to see where it comes from. Actually, it's a defensive one. They're trying to get aggressive onto the car here. It is a buff banner, so all of those rockets are going to be doing mini-crit damage. One of them takes down Toxie, but no other kills are found. And this is starting to look better for the basketball team. They're walking forward and controlling this drop-down area. Maybe making a play onto the stairs. I feel that Backfire have to be careful. If they get wiped here too far forward, then they're going to be rolled onto the last. And we see a headshot coming down. The heavy is dead. The engineer is so very weak. So is the soldier. People are just bleeding now. Everyone's weak on the basketball team, but no one's actually getting cleaned up. And there's just no focus fire. And they're getting the car into a good position. Magister trying to get into place. But you look at the sentry, Sigafu. It's on top of the boxes right around the corner.
Yeah, very cheeky kind of a style there, but actually the Spy is going to go for a sap on it, and go just for the revolver down. Nice job there out of Magister, just not relying on his team, because no one else was there to help protect the engineer. And now the engineer is just going to run forward, no idea what Nate's going to do there. That was no upside for that play. If he wanted to switch, what class he was playing, he could have just gone out, but actually the Demo Man goes for a flank play and gets the force off. Chinese Dandelion incredibly low as the Dragon Fury flanking from the opposite side. And so right now, a lower hold coming out of the defense, which tends to be a little bit weaker, but holding tight right now. Ooh, Magister almost got the backstab onto the red medic. And they're holding tight, and looks to be pretty good. Actually, kind of a strange sentry gun position right now, but maybe it'll work out. I haven't really seen this before, so I'm kind of curious to see how effective it is.
It's interesting, actually. I mean, you wouldn't dare do this in Highlander. But it seems to be effective, and at the moment Silverwolf is just under no pressure. Dirty Dan goes down, Random goes down. They've actually dropped 4 players here, so may be able to get a force now. They actually used the Uber onto the heavy, but the spam from the pipes are going to take down the sentry. Magister gets a backstab onto the pyro, and this Uber's achieved nothing other than keep the heavy alive, who again gets domed by the sniper. The sniper with a face as a name. They're just flooding onto the cart now, trying to get as much time as they can. 3 down, 4 backfire. They're going to have to jump on the cart to stop it. Dirty Dan picks up 1, Random picks up 2. He's onto the sniper now. Maybe delaying a little bit more.
Oh, they got it! They got it!
Smikey with the Dragon's Fury is actually spamming onto the cart, but no, the other pyro's on the other side of the cart. He can't do it. He cannot get the angle on to the other pyro. And 7:47, slightly longer than we've seen on other maps, and I think maybe a bit of an average time, but I think Basketball are going to be pretty happy with their performance there.
Oh man, that was just so utterly close. I mean, honestly, that Pyro did a great job dodging around the cart. That Scout, oh my god, what a miracle play. I mean, he jumped on the cart to delay it, but it wasn't for him to do the damage. It was actually the Soldier, I believe, with the help of the Pyro in combination, picking up the frags. They almost were able to defend that. 7:47, though, you know, that's a pretty solid time. Not great, not bad. But it is going to put the pressure onto the blue team now to be able to try to go up against this. So I'll get confirmed about who is what. So I'm not exactly sure which team is which, because we did just kind of jump onto this. This is a Div 5 game, but the one thing I like about this game is, and what I really enjoy about Prolander is when you can see an asymmetry in class loadouts, you know, when it's not just everybody's running the exact same thing. I think that's when Prolander is the most interesting. And you can see that happening in the last round where Sniper is switched out, and we'll see what they can do now as the gates are coming down.
Yeah, we do see a spy on the defense and on the attack, so 2 spies in the game again, but sorry, no scout for the defending team. They've decided to go for the heavy and the NG setup with a sniper and a pyro. We're looking at the spy. Matic there tries to go for a backstab, gets can't pronounce that name, but he spy checks it, and the first snipe comes down. Random is going to get counter sniped. And yeah, we're seeing no suicides or anything like that. Magister kills Rumlord as he exits the spawn. And yeah, not much progress being made on the cart or by the players walking forward by backfire. They need to kind of make some space here. The sniper is not under pressure. Maybe that's the player that the spy is going to go for. He's trying to jump around the top here. He's going to actually uncloak just in time. Cannot get the stab. Actually, finally, he actually gets the headshot. Running the ambassador, so that's a good opening pick for backfire to walk forward from.
Yeah, and so there we go. The card is starting to finally work its way up. Both medics have 100% Uber. No real great suicided waves as the spy drops down onto the card, picks up 1, as the Soldier helps pick up 1 more. The thing is all these frags that you get are like, you know, fine and dandy, but the respawns are going to come up early enough here. Honestly, they just need to go for an exchange here not too long from now, and maybe get Mate the spy into position. He's kind of ahead of the team rather than behind them. He's going to start to work his way over, but at this point, just go for an Uber exchange and then do a repush, as actually, no, the spy did get caught out there.
Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong button there on my push to talk. Montez died. You can see the health on the attacking team. Backfire is not very good. Pyro is trying to air blast them away. It just gives so much space for Backfire to actually kind of just get back into position, and their sniper is back. Sniping, takes down Realm Lord, and they're just really struggling to create an opening. They're getting 1 or 2 picks, but it's not enough for them to take the space. Tigard, the demo, is trying to spam the sentry, and it's not really working out well for them. They're trying to get the cart now, maybe just, you know, strong arm it into there, and they actually do get the spy comes in with the sap, takes down the sentry gun, but it costs them 4 players in the end, and Silver Wolf doesn't really have much to do. He's trying to keep his team alive, but Ubers aren't being forthcoming at the moment, and actually Magister comes in. He's going to fight the spy. Decides against it. He's going to cloak away and fight another day.
Well, one thing I'd really love to see, I mean, they had Mate on spy right before, but the big thing right now is that's keeping the red team being able to hold this defense for so long is the teleporter. If the teleporter's up, I mean, that's a long walk for any of the non-speed classes, and being able to have a level 3 teleporter up, that so every time you die, it basically is cutting your respawn time in half, because you don't have to be able to walk all the way up here. But we're seeing the aggression come out on blue. They're trying to do a dry push in. And they just end up losing a lot of players in that exchange, but they did get the force off from the red side, but not a single frag in their favor. Now they have to be careful because the Pyro's alone. Why are you pushing in? There's no reason. Now your medic's completely alone. They just need to jump on top of him. Fortunately, he was all the way back by spawn, but very questionable play out of Smikey there. Just, you know, they had 100% Uber. All they needed to do was wait for respawns. I mean, he's going to be up in a couple seconds here, so not the end of the world, but just a little bit questionable to leave your medic completely alone against the other team. And we'll see what they can do. They get an early snipe onto the enemy sniper, so no defensive sniper right now. So just walk in here, guys on blue. Just walk in together and push, and you'll be able to take this point with the Uber advantage.
Yep, they do get a kill onto the Pyro, but they lose their heavy in the process. Sentry finally goes down. They should get this cap here, actually. Random doing a good job. Gets killed, but does get the cap, so that's going to be a little bit of ground to be made here. Chinese Dandelion, the medic for the defending team, is at 85%, so they should have an Uber to defend second with, but looks like Backfire opting to go through the tunnel, perhaps. Maybe a little bit wary of the sniper, and there we go. That's why they want to go through tunnel. As the Dirty Dan gets domed as he tries to go over the top of the hill, but the Pyro comes in from behind. Smikey takes on the demo, sorry, takes on the NG and the Sentry. A big play from him, so that's a lot of stuff out of the way, but wow, Ritz picks up 2, picks up 3, including the medic. That Uber was very, very successful, and in the end, Basketball are just kind of in control of the second point now.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the risk of when you're pushing down in such a confined area. If you get wrapped in any way, you have absolutely no chance. That's why it's not a typical play you see. Usually you just try to work yourself up over the hillside, but it's, you know, it can work at times, but just didn't work out then. As you can see, the scout is starting to push up the cart completely alone. They're trying to work themselves up onto the cliffside, but with only the demo and sniper doing it, you know, it's just not going to work out too well for you. Maybe, you know, they need to switch up some classes. I mean, Pyro's going for some interesting plays, maybe just being a little bit disconnected. He's going to go for some damage onto the soldier, not able to finish that off. But really, I just would love to see out of Backfire here is just to group up, you know, get a nice push together. I think that's the one thing they're really lacking, is getting that aggression. As the Flog's going to come out, we'll see what it can do. Gonna go onto the sniper, drop down onto the heavy, gets him as well, going for the medic. Oh, so incredibly low, but the dispenser's able to keep him alive. Yeah,
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't actually just, you know, pop the Uber there. I think he, I'm not sure if he had the Uber yet. But yeah, I mean, good play. That's opened it up. Only 3 players left alive for the defending team now. Make that 2. It's the engineer and the medic, and the engineer just kind of feeds there into the Uber. The Uber counter Uber comes in. The cap is going to go down. That's going to put the attacking team spawn so very close to the car. Ritz has to be careful. He's going to get swamped. The Flog comes in, and there is going to be pretty much equal Ubers now, but more players. It doesn't really matter. I don't know who's got more players anymore. Silverwolf gets taken down though during all of that chaos. So Backfire here really need to get their bodies on the car, walk forward, and take the space, because they've only got 1 minute 30 to get the car all the way to the last.
Yeah, they need to just get that. I mean, that was a huge headshot coming onto the scout, onto that final point there. He needed to do a little bit better job at hiding. If he was able to walk this cart all the way up, I mean, it's getting close. It is still technically possible. Look at they putting everybody onto the cart. The Pyro is getting a little bit disconnected from everybody else. The soldier going in for a bomb in, but ultimately gets traded out there. The cart's rolling up, and another headshot onto the scout, and that is almost going to spell it right there. I mean, they do have a decent amount of players alive, but they really, these hills are so important as the Pyro in the backlines chasing down the medic, going for the frags, jumping on top of the sniper's head, gets one, and so yeah, we're see the exact numbers from this, but yeah, it's looking to be a pretty convincing win out of basketball.
Yeah, Magister coming in from behind. Can he get the demo? He does. That sentry is going to remain untouched. Couple of frags for Backfire, but like we said, pretty much dead time now. I think the only question is, are they going to manage to capture the 3rd point just for honor's sake? Say they didn't get shut down on 3rd. Counter Uber is going to come in onto the Pyro. He's not going to try and kill. He actually just pushes Realm Lord. Doesn't get the kill. He just pushes them away. So bit of a mistake there actually. And the counter crits comes in. Smikey picks up 3, picks up 4. Is he going to get any more? That's nearly a wipe actually. 2 seconds left in the game, but Smikey's going to make his logs look much better with that crits flog action. That is a GG, and it is going to be Basketball Nogoy winning the Div 5 competition.
Something they did well. I don't know if it was the actual grand finals for them or if it was just
just
maybe
a game,
like
I see.
just one of those games, because the way that it works, so the Swiss formats, we have one grand finals, and then we have because 50% of the teams inside of the cup win keys, and so if you finish second through fourth, you also win keys, and that's all the same. So I don't have exact details on this. We kind of just went to my admins. I'm like, who's still playing? Give me a game, and we decided to cast. But I think that is plenty of Pro Lander for tonight. We've been going on here for quite a while. It's about we started at 9 a.m. my time, and so it's been about 5 hours of just raw TF2 Pro Lander. It's been a ton of fun going through all of this. As we can start to wrap this up here, CJ, any kind of shout outs you want to give, or any kind of anything you want to talk about?
Just a shout out to the Copenhagen Games in just over a week's time. Looking forward to playing there, both Sixes and Highlander, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of my friends, teammates, and everyone I know in the TF2 community. Should be a fun LAN. I think it's being casted by Chris Cast. The Highlander tournament is, at least. So that's something to look forward to. And also Hugs TF has been announced. Head over to the website, literally hugs.tf. It's a charity stream. It's going to be happening towards the end of April. Happens every year. Raised tens of thousands for charity. Special effect, which helps out gamers with disabilities to actually play video games. There'll be another one. I'll be there, as well as some other people like Cadus and other big names. So if you want to see people playing some super secret show matches, that's something to look forward to in just over a month's time. But yeah, thank you for having me, Sigurd. It's been fun, and I've enjoyed looking at some Pro Lander today.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. I hope everybody is. As I said, 62 teams were fully registered today. Absolutely just insane numbers. I'm so appreciative of everybody who has helped out. I already called out my admins, but just to say a big thank you to my admins. Anybody who took part in the tournament, appreciated the work that you put in. Don't hesitate to say some nice words to them, because that's what it's all about, is just making sure that they feel appreciated for the time and effort and work that they put in. Another big shout out to our sponsors, STN.TF. A reminder, it's a great trading website for not just TF2, but CSGO as well. You can actually trade back and forth between the items. You can actually trade out your entire TF2 backpack instantly. Of course, they always have keys in stock, and you know what? They have reasonable prices. Of course they do. And another reminder, guys, the EU League is starting up in a little bit over a month, eu.rgl.gg. So if you guys want to try out Pro Lander, you weren't able to play in the cup, it's no worries. You can put together a team. We have a $1,000 prize pool, and the league is completely free to enter. So that is going to be a great time. I hope to see that really do well. A lot of the teams who enjoy themselves today, hope you guys are registering and getting your teams ready inside of our European League. I am really looking forward to it. Big shout out to Wheathoof, who has been on camera all day today doing a fantastic job. We've been working together this last couple of weeks, getting stuff set up and kind of doing some stuff differently. And I really appreciate the time and effort that he is not just put in today, but put in prior to this. As always, just a really hard worker, and appreciate the extra time that you put in. Wheathoof, do you want to do shout outs I can relay, or any you want to do? Just again, Copenhagen Games, those are coming up, and he will be there. So you can give him a hug or a handshake. I don't know what probably handshake. Whatever works. Beers. You can give them beers, is what I'm being told. So hope you guys, anybody in the EU scene jumps out to that. Should be a great time. Lands are always fun. So from myself, CJ, and Wheathoof, I thank you guys all for coming out tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you at eu.rgl.gg's first season over in Europe. It should be a great time. All right, later.